Welcome back. Physician performance improvement and efficient healthcare management are catalysts that enhance clinical care for the patient. At the meeting of the Association of Nigerian Physicians in the Americas in Florida, United States, the experts examined strategies that would enrich the experience of medical service seekers in Nigeria. Our correspondent, Yomi Otaigbe, reports.
We're going to try to make one improvement next.
It was an interactive session on the last day of the 2015 conference of the Association of Nigerian Physicians in the Americas. Everyone in this hall has an idea of the factors slowing down the wheel of progress in Nigeria's health system.
You have the Department of Hospital Services supposed to look after all the 50-something tertiary institutions. Some of them don't even know what goes on there. And there's a lot of impunity, even in the medical practice and in the way people operate.
The money that ANCPA got from USAID to develop the curriculum for medical schools, that curriculum was mainly, maybe 80% based on the curriculum that Ibadan now has. Yes. We need to understand why, up till today, that curriculum is part of the discussions here at ANCPA last year. That curriculum is still not spread around.
One of the chief medical directors of public hospitals in Nigeria, Professor Pt.3 Alunge, and other healthcare managers share their thoughts on how to drive healthcare improvement in Nigeria.
Let the Ministry of Health take the lead in tertiary healthcare. That is, having a national quality improvement department, not even a unit. And then let all the various stakeholders come and put together what would I want in total knee replacement. We're doing it now. In the next couple of years, 2-3 years, there will be lots of patients with complications who have bad knees being put in, wrong sizes, wrong measurement, because there's no quality that we put in place. And so instead of waiting at the end of the road to pick up the pieces, I think the right time is now, and leveraging on the Q&A of this particular conference to let the people at home know that we need hospital ranking system, a reward system for those who do well, and then at the end of the day, have it all wrapped up from the Ministry of Health, because that's the funding body.
All kinds of good things are there. There are many policies in Nigeria. But until you have the enabling environment for things to move, you can have pockets of excellence, but to go across the board will be difficult. So the strategy I propose to ANCPA, to MANSAC, or to anybody who is interested, NMA included, is that we need to define the key priorities in getting our country moving again and get the president to understand that vision.
There's no 100% perfect health system in the world. Leading improvement in Nigeria's health sector requires a strong political commitment and responsibility on the part of the health workers and the people. From Orlando, Florida, in the United States, Yomi Otaigbe reporting for Channels Television News.
A new political party has emerged. It is the Democratic People's Congress, which has just been registered by the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC. The electoral body says the new party was approved at its last meeting. The commission also approved the party's constitution, manifesto, logo, flag, and the list of its national executive officers, promising that the certificate of registration will be issued in due course. This brings the number of registered political parties in Nigeria to 29. The national chairman of the party, Reverend Olusegun Peters, and 4 others, had in 2014 dragged INEC to court for what they claimed was neglect, refusal and failure of the commission to register their party, having satisfied all requirements for registration as a political party as stipulated in the 1999 Constitution and the 2010 Electoral Act. The new party says it will enter into coming elections and is confident about winning future polls. The governor of Akwa Ibom State, Udom Emmanuel, held a closed-door meeting with President Muhammadu Buhari in a bid to get the federal government's intervention in some issues affecting the state. He spoke with State House correspondents after the meeting, indicating that the menace of gully erosion and terrible federal roads featured majorly in the meeting. Mr. Emmanuel said the fact that the past administration in the state intervened in some federal projects and the government had not refunded would not deter him from taking up the interest of the people. He said despite being from the People's Democratic Party, The president, who is a member of the All Progressives Congress, has been welcoming all of them as the father of the nation. According to him, governance has to do with the people and the nation and not about partisanship.
I came to specifically brief the president on what is going on in my state and how we are carrying on the activities of governance. So I think that's basically what we came for, and then also discuss a few things about the nation in general, the economy and the rest of things. I think the bad news is the problem of the gully erosion that we're having. If you watch the news very well in recent past, you could see a lot of interventions on those devastating menaces on some federal assets and federal roads that the state government had actually tried to intervene. On few occasions, major commercial activities almost got to a halt because a major federal road linking both the south side and the southeast collapsed due to gully erosion, and the state government had to intervene. Yeah, and you know, these things cost a lot of money. So even with that, you still need to, you know, carry on your own duties because those things exist within your own state. As a state governor, you can't just ignore some of those things. You must first of all intervene before you now inform relevant government MDAs on what is happening in those areas.
The Niger Delta Development Commission, NDDC, has continued its tour of the 9 Niger Delta states, meeting the governors to discuss issues affecting development in the region. From Abia State, the NDDC Governing Board moved to Cross River State, asking the governors to cooperate in the area of funding and to surmount other challenges facing the Commission.
Members of the 4th Governing Board of the Niger Delta Development Commission, NDDC, are in Abia State. It's the continuation of the tour of the region by the Commission. They said the board inherited 7,000 projects and a liability in excess of 1 trillion naira. Now, they want the state government to come to their aid. From Abia State, the team moves to Cross River State, and here the purpose of the visit is the same. The governing board members want the support of Governor Benedict Ayade's administration in moving the region forward.
You can understand and see the magnitude of the funding problems that the NDDC faces. It makes it very difficult for us to progress with ongoing projects, and impossible, virtually impossible, for us to start new major infrastructural development projects.
I feel a sense of shame and pressure here and sadness, and shame we do the concern that over 800 billion that is due out of the pay. And federal government. This is, to me, a constitutional breach. And we as governors who also have access at the very highest level of government, always carrying the president, we will bring this to bear. And let them realize that NDC deserves to be. It's a constitutional responsibility and the government must responsibilize to have constitutional rights.
The activities of the NDDC may have impacted immensely on the daily life of the average citizen of the region, but people are clamoring for more as they remain optimistic that the NDDC will cite more projects that will cushion the effect of the economic downturn.
It appears that the leadership of the All Progressive Congress and that of the House of Representatives are not yet on the same page regarding candidates for principal officers in the lower legislative chamber. The Speaker of the House of Representatives, Honorable Yakubu Dogara, has replied to the party chairman's letter asking him to appoint the APC's nominees into key positions. In his letter to the party chairman, Chief John Oyegun, today, Honorable Dogara claims the matter being in court makes it impossible to make widespread consultations on the chairman's request. He says, quote, "We feel strongly that the issue of federal character in the election or appointment of principal officers of the House is a cardinal legal, moral, and constitutional principle that should be respected by our party," end of quote. He then goes ahead to propose to the chairman the zoning formula he believes would best reflect the principle of federal character as follows. House leader is to come from Northwest, Deputy House leader North Central, while Chief Whip and Deputy Chief Whip would come from the South-South and southeast, respectively. And now it's time for business news. Here's Adeshawa Josh.
First Bank. You first.
Hello, good evening. Welcome to Business News. I am Adeshawa Josh. The Financial Derivatives Company has released an economic outlook ahead of the CBN Monetary Policies Committee meeting on July the 23rd and 24th. The report analyzes a scenario impact of a likely interest rate cut by the Central Bank of Nigeria. It says the financial regulator may consider a symbolic cut in headline interest rate to stimulate economic activity that has seen serious challenges since the new year started. The committee faces tough decisions as Nigeria's monetary conditions, such as the exchange rate, are already constraining economic activities. Car lovers in Nigeria can now have new purchases delivered to them in 48 hours through the Easy Lease vehicle financing facility. This is made possible through a partnership between Mutual Benefits Assurance PLC and Truck Masters Nigeria Limited. The management of Mutual Benefit Assurance says the initiative is designed to impact the lives of its valued customers. The official launch of the Easy Lease Auto Finance Deal, an initiative of Mutual Benefits Assurance PLC and Truck Masters Limited.
The vehicle is insured from day one by Mutual Benefits, and when there are issues bordering on claim, because you partly own the vehicle with the insurance company, claims will be quickly settled, and we believe that is also an advantage.
With just 30% down payment, an employment letter and a salary account, one can take delivery of a brand new car in 48 hours. Guests are taken in a facility tour of Truck Masters.
We have a lot of young technicians who are coming out to experience. Me, I have over 20 years experience with graduation, starting from my office. So wherever I have been now,
Flexible phase payment with better cash planning, a comprehensive insurance with free tracking device. The partners reveal as some of the benefits in this package.
Yes, people want to buy brand new cars, but they have to go for what they can afford. So a mutual benefit coming up with an initiative like this is to assist the masses of our people, Nigerians, giving them the opportunity to be able to buy and access brand new cars. And that's why we come up with the initiative. We call it Easy Lease.
People can be rest assured that as their vehicles are insured, they are fully covered, and when it comes to payment of claims, they would definitely be receiving a good treatment.
Later in the day, Mutual Benefits Assurance hosts the executives of Ladipo Motor Spare Parts Traders to a dinner. The get-together is a reunion of all sorts. With this Easy Lease initiative, consumers can eliminate the bottlenecks associated with the ownership of brand new cars in Nigeria. Nigeria's equities market records its first green close in the third quarter of the year, edging the all-share index up by 0.25%. Christy Cole has the details.
Hello and welcome to the Stock Markets Report. After about 250 billion naira loss in market capitalization since the week started, the Nigerian bourse finished 0.25% positive on the index, bringing it to 31,047.99 points ahead of the long weekend and Ramadan holiday. Large cap brewer Guinness tops the gainers list, appreciating 2 naira. Ecobank Transnational gained a naira 66 kobo, while oil retailer Total's share price went up a naira and 30 kobo. On the decliners chart, Forte Oil shed 8 naira 77 kobo. Mobil share price dipped 4 naira 35 kobo, while Unilever lost a naira and 99 kobo. Most volumes came in from the banks and the insurance. Fidelity Bank sold 23.2 million units. Guarantee Bank follows with trades of 20.5 million units, while 20.3 million units were sold by Mansard Insurance. In all, a total of 222.2 million shares were exchanged for 2.8 billion naira in 3,696 deals. And that's the stock market report. I am Christy Cole.
Thank you, Christy. That'll be all on Business News tonight. The news at 10 continues in a moment.
First Bank. You first.
The Nigerian Communications Commission has increased from 5 to 10 million naira the fine imposed on telecommunication operators who publish promotional advertisements without approval from the Commission. The Executive Vice Chairman of the Commission, Mr. Eugene Jua, told participants at a public inquiry on draft enforcement process and SIM replacement guidelines in Abuja that the increment has become necessary following recurring non-compliance with existing regulations and a need to make the sanctions more stringent. Our correspondent, Omelogo Nnadi, reports.
This public inquiry by the Nigerian Communications Commission is one of the Commission's routine programs geared towards checking the standards of operations by service providers in the telecommunications industry, as well as ensuring wide consultation in the development of regulatory instruments by the Commission. This time round, the inquiry is on SIM replacement guidelines. The Executive Secretary of the Commission said a draft enforcement regulation has been put forward, serving as an amendment to the obsolete regulations of 2005, which have been overtaken by the rapid growth in the industry.
The intention behind the development of the guidelines is to ensure a secure process for SIM replacement and curtail the incidents of fraudulent replacements, which have now become rampant in the industry. The regulations and guidelines will complement the Act and the respective licenses issued by the Commission, in addition to providing guidelines, guidance standards and principles.
A high point of the draft enforcement regulations and amendment was the increment in the fine imposed on telecom operators.
The fines are being increased from 5 million to 10 million. We have noticed that the incidence of non-compliance to our regulations has been increasing. And because of the progress and the success of the industry, we see that the fines of 10 years ago has been small, and they can pay it.
Mr. Jua said more stringent measures will be taken if further non-compliance is observed from the telecom operators, such as withholding regulatory assistance to the defaulters, which will ensure that their business operations within and outside Nigeria are frustrated with high monetary implications. Omelogo Nnadi, Channels Television News.
Next on the news at 10, Nigerian player Jimcam Bulus shocks defending champion of the Lagos Badminton Classics. That's on Sports News. Do stay with us.